Everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today we shall be discussing The Shy as we talk about season 6, episode 11. But first, we'll get to the intro, and then we'll talk about whatever we just saw. To be honest. Oh wait! I got to do it now. Wait! This is gonna be funny. Wait! You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, The Shy is back again. We do have some positives. Just quick, Jemma, I would say Preacher's Wife. It was a great selection for you, sir. Appreciate that. We actually do have some positives. Chris said he said it had a couple of positives, so we're gonna start off with him. Please. I had one solid positive, but what you got, Chris?
My positive is Bakari. I mean, it's like, or it's more for the writers. The writers remembered that Bakari killed Ronnie.
Yes. I was like, but that happened after season 2. I mean, I hear you, but I was like, he is my positive. He's my only positive for this episode. Yeah. But I challenge you to find the writers remembering anything in seasons 1 and 2,
yes.
Which will lead to one of my negatives. But Bakari by far.
That was
yes.
For a second, it was. I guess they thought that I was thinking that we would think that it was just a different kid that did it, but no, it was Confessor. So I was happy with that. This is probably your negative, but I find this a positive only because of how hilarious it was, and it was just came full circle. Darnell coming out with Damien. I found that as a positive because Emitt is his father's son. You know what I mean? The apple does not fall too far from the tree. So nigga had kids everywhere, whatever. So so I found that as a positive in the sense that it's like we just the other week we were saying, where's Darnell's kids? We got one. So there you go.
No, I never said that. So that's actually to your point. If season 2 didn't happen,
okay,
this would have been a perfect scene because you see Emitt hating his dad for the very thing he's done to his own kids, and then that could have been acknowledged, right? The irony of it would have been great. But again, we'll talk about like how this don't make no damn sense compared to season 2. But I like the scene point. I like the point that he's like, "Daddy, what about me? And you got 2 kids that you give 0 fucks about." So I'm like, so I thought, especially even in this episode, and that's brought back. So I did like the scene though. I thought it was hilarious. Don't know who this new brother is for some damn reason. But I was like, all right, let's see where this goes. But I like that.
I love that Ricky Smiley was in it. It's like, no, I'm kidding. It's not. I'm just being funny about the whole Ricky Smiley thing. I'm sorry. It was so hard to not see Ricky Smiley with that damn passion. It was just hard. I was waiting for him to do a freaking thing. But anyway.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. I thought that like they related at least. I like the spatial features.
Yeah. Another positive. I did like the fact that Leon turned out to be Rob's father. I mean, shoot, they look alike. You know what I mean? So that was good. They're pretty much almost about the same height. Imani Shepherd is Shumpert is got 2 inches on him. Pause. You know what I mean? But but yeah. So the collection plate coming back. I freaking sympathize with that.
I
went to a church that like went by, and it's like they kept no one around. And the thing about that scene in The Shy though, I was expecting as they were putting it over, it like when they just passed it over, I was waiting for someone to be like donations, like shout out to come.
You gotta be more specific. It's the building fund. You got tithes and you got offering. These are separate. Then you got the building fund, and then you got the visiting speaker fund. Like these. I've seen all 4 done in one service. So the fact that they didn't actually define what each one was, like that's where I'm like, you got to know how churches work. And that's why I came around. But I was like, yeah, I've been especially black churches. I
like that they basically just show what happens in black churches. But anyway,
oh yeah.
And another positive, but you're gonna probably give me both of y'all probably gonna give me the middle finger for this. Even though I find it a positive only because it came full circle with what Reggie was talking about to Jake. Reggie was like, "Yo, this is what you'd be doing with bitches or whatever." Bruh, I thought I was watching Reggie, but with Jake. Where like when homegirl went down, he was just smoking his weed. I was like, "You are Reggie now. You have turned into your brother. Finally, Jake has turned into Reggie. That's what's up. And I am done with my positives."
Once again, it's funny you bring this up because that's season 1 and 2, and he doesn't exist anymore. So just like Sonny, who also didn't even get fucked. But I hear you with that. But yeah, I will. Damn it, I'll get to Jake.
Yeah.
Please, what you got, and why is Denzel Washington? When he's behind you?
Because Jake is the new Denzel Washington. He's getting at the preacher's wife. I'm like, at least he's not a ghost and can't actually consummate, because Jake was consummating all up and through that couch. My positive was everything involving Jake, especially the conversation that he had with Jemma. I'm like, I was almost saying his lines before he could say them, because I was like, yeah, what the hell is the cake worth if I can't eat it too?
I always thought about that phrase. Like, that's the stupidest thing anyone could ever use. You have your cake and eat it. What the fuck point of having the cake if you can't eat it? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, but I like, you're right though. It was simple yet profound, his response. I was like, yes.
I like that, we're seeing the juxtapose of Duda versus Alicia, because Duda wanted to take Emitt shopping and all this type of stuff. No, Alicia is frugal, kind of, after my kind of heart, because I'm, kind of frugal myself. She said, let's just go in the closet. And he's like, no, I don't want to be wearing other niggas' hand-me-downs. Well, it looked good on you.
All right.
And for as much as I don't like the character Victor, this was a great episode just because he wasn't in it, even though Duda wasn't in it. But I didn't miss Duda because Victor wasn't in it, being annoying. So yeah.
All right. So DeMarcus is clicking on all of this. Anything else, sir?
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, that's awful positive.
Okay. So my only positive was Bakari. Kim is not here right now. Hopefully she'll be here before we are done. I totally agree with her that he's definitely on his way out of here. Like if Deshai is consistent, this compelling arc of let me be a better man, he's gonna get killed. Like he's not making it out of this season. Like Ronnie went through the same thing. His grandmother went through the same thing. Almost the same episode. He has to be out of here. But I'm here for him. Like with Duda not being here, Bakari is the only reason I would watch this episode again. And there should have been more of him. The professor, Dwayne Wayne should have came back to be the professor to help him with his work. Did he confess to murder? That's my issue. I wish I could have killed the man like I did the one who killed Coogie. I feel like he just confessed to murder. Now, there's no cops in this show that matter, but like I feel like that would be a problem in season 1 or 2. Like this would be like, oh my god, and then like this would get looked into, but it will not. So I felt that was pretty significant. They just kind of went past it. But I thought that was a pretty.
What the professor?
But he said that no one is gonna ever read it but you.
I thought the whole point was to share it with his professor to be like, this is who you are, and to kind of.
No, he actually said, I'm giving you this. No one will ever read this journal but you.
I think you're both right. And what I mean by that is like you're both right in the sense of any normal circumstance. Anytime you give someone homework, you want to look over your work. However, Jemani is basically stating the point that this is the shy, right? You know what I mean? And he ain't gonna be reading it. He is not going to read it. Like he should. Why would you give him a direct order and say like, hey, it's like it's a journal, write in it every day? How's he gonna want to know? Like if he's not going to be reading it, like what? Like what's the whole point of giving to him? You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like what?
That's the, yeah, but Jamani's right too though. He ain't gonna be reading. It's going to be for him.
And it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, reading it or not, it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, so that it's just sad because it was a very telling moment. I mean, I thought. I hope the Shy is not preparing us without Duda because there was no Duda in this episode. I agree with you, DeMarcus. I hope they're not again trying to wean us off Duda so Emitt can be the go-to dude. Fuck Emitt. Once again, his first two kids, his oldest two kids, were not even in this episode. I like to bring up that he ate Keisha instead of eating breakfast with his kids. Like as soon as she's like, you better eat these eggs, but they get cold. He's like, I'm gonna eat you, and that's exactly what he did. She will be pregnant. I saw that as a yes. Keisha is going to be pregnant by the end of this season. There's no doubt.
But why would they show? Why would they show the preview of that without if it meant nothing?
The way she was cooking, I was actually hoping that she would get sick because that's how they do it, right? Like oh my god, I'm and she throws up, and it's like she's already pregnant.
True. You're waiting for that.
I was waiting for her to throw up, or she's having cravings. Like all that food is hers, and she's having cravings. That's what I thought. And then it's like no, they're gonna stretch this out. They're gonna stretch this out. And he's gonna get the draws a few more times, and then let's say about 2 episodes, she'll be like, "Oh, I can't take the smell of eggs," and she's gonna be pregnant. And then he will put a ring on her finger because that was also brought up in this episode of "We're not married yet." Boom, boom. So like, he's gonna be standing in front of the justice of the peace and getting married and shit. And
season finale.
I was thinking
so the baby doesn't be a bastard.
I think it's season finale. I would love for him to invite his other 2 baby mamas and his other 2 kids so they can watch him marry another woman that's not their mama, and just be like, "You ain't shit," and I don't care nothing about y'all. EJ's my new son. Bakari actually dry snitched on. Yeah, I'm saying that's why I was like, this needs to go somewhere. There was no trig, and you're right. Like, we need to find out who are the FBI agents. Just give me a name. Is it Blanca and her new girlfriend? Like, give me something. How much do they know about Victor? How much do they know about Duda? How far they are in the investigation? Like something. Like Shad hit Michelle Michael Jackson line. I like the way you make me feel, Alicia. I was actually happy they brought back the fucking because that's how they left it last episode. And when she's flirting with Alonzo, I was like, what happened to Shad? Like I was confused until I saw him getting the hand-me-downs. And I was like, that was last night, guys. He fucked her last night and he's already moved in basically. And now he's wearing Alonzo's old clothes.
He said there was a line. She said, I like that we keep doing this, or he said that. One of them said that as if like they did it a couple of times already.
But then if you look at Emitt was like, I gave you that dick good last night. That's why you're making me breakfast. So I was.
You're not consistent, bro. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't. They're not. No. Look at that scene again when they're in bed.
I hear you. I hear you. They sound like they've been doing this for a while. No, you're right. But I was like, it's like how much time is spent. Also, he's in charge of her security team. Who is her team? Who is her crew? Like, it's just her. It's just her and Rob. Is Rob related to Wolverine? Is he a cousin? Because he's completely healed. Please note he changed his shirt and his chest was perfect. Like I'm like, you got shot, motherfucker. That's why you're doing some fake ass like physical therapy. Where are the bullet holes that were in you like an episode ago?
No, he's not doing physical therapy with the physical therapist. It's like, yeah, you went and saw the physical therapist. You've done with him. Now you're just doing, the exercises he told you to after you've already finished physical.
But it wasn't that long ago, Jamani.
That's what I'm saying. Like none of this makes sense. Yeah. None of this makes sense. Like, and then I was like, what is happening? Oh, okay, but again, wait. I want to talk about Kenya. and everything that didn't happen that should have happened. Because she's gone down the Jemma route. And that's not a compliment. Like they turned her into the new Jemma. And
No, I'm like, was she not? She was worse than Jemma to start off with because she was already a teen mom. So she was reformed. Now she's just going back to that.
I wouldn't go that far because you don't know who the daddy is. You don't know what the situation was. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go that far, but I'm saying.
Yeah, let's be real. She could have been assaulted. You don't know, man.
I'm not saying that, Chris. I'm just saying that she could have been in a relationship. If it don't work out, that can happen at any age. But like my issue though is like she out there butt ass naked for Jake last week in his FUBU line. That's a photo shoot that's supposed to put his brand on the internet. Daddy Zeke don't know anything about that. Stepmama, I'm assuming maybe Mama Tatiana knows nothing about that. Papa doesn't bring this up now that Papa's back. Like none of this happens. Like you would think Papa would be like, "Hey, yo, I saw my ex with her titties out for your clothing line, Jake. Is there something you want to tell me?" None of this is brought up. Zeke don't even know who Papa is. This doesn't make sense. Like, this is the underage boy your single mother daughter dated. What, you know what I'm saying? And she works with him, or she used to work with him. And like, he's like, "Oh, hey, Papa, how are you? And who are these other kids? I took my clothes off for him last week. Oh, okay. And who? What? Like, none of this is brought back.
I wouldn't expect the pastor to bring it back.
He should know Papa. He should know Papa. There's
I'm like, it didn't seem like they were meeting for the first time.
It was. She said, "Let me introduce you to my friend." Introduce you. So she was like, "Hi, this is Papa. This is Jake." This is like, that's introduction. It wasn't now, to your point, he was like, "Hey, you've been in my church a few times, but that's not the same thing as you've been dating my daughter. That's you've been attending my church, and I generally know who you are and who your father is, but not you were in my house coming to see my daughter, and then you met my grandson," which all happened.
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised that pastors don't know really much about Kenya. Period. So I mean, it doesn't. He didn't give a shit when Kenya decided to walk off when he saw the steps. See what I'm saying? It don't seem like their father-daughter relationship is that much of a relationship.
And remember, Kenya is 19. It looks like she lives alone. When he went to her house with the kid,
she lives with her parents. No, she lives with her parents. No,
I believe that too. I believe that too. But I don't think the relationship she has with her and her father is good. Well, she definitely don't have no relationship with her stepmom. But
that's a stepmom, right? That's a stepmom, right?
Oh, dude, if it's her actual mom, I'll be like, "The fuck is wrong with the show?" Like, you know?
I felt stepmom the way she acted, just totally disrespect her. I felt stepmom.
David, look, it needs to be her stepmom, because if it's not her stepmom, and then we have Kenya all of a sudden, like after Kenya's posing for Jake, and then all of a sudden Kenya sleeps with whatever. What's that nigga's name? That's with Duda now, whatever. And then all of a sudden,
Nay. No, Zay. Zay.
Zay.
Zay.
That weird ass looking dude. Yeah, that like him, and then or messing with Jake. Like, no, I cannot have the child all of a sudden having like another mother-daughter duo thing, like Book of like Power. No. Dominique
fucked Emitt, and then she fucked Darnell. Excuse me, Darnell.
Oh yeah, damn.
This ain't the first time. This ain't the first time. Right. Like Jake, after getting his dick sucked by stepmama, could her fucking Kenya next episode like it didn't even happen. How did we get here? Yeah. I was screaming at the TV when I saw this. I'm like, this is the most ignorant shit I've seen. Like, how? And this is not brought up. Zeke is not like, where were you? I saw you looking at Jake. Something. I actually thought you were gonna find out that Brittany, like when Tiara saw Brittany, like for the first time, like she knew who she was gonna say, "Oh, I had a thing with her." Actually, like just to tie all this shit together, to be like, I thought they were gonna be like, "Oh, damn, Like they got something going on. I thought, or they're going to. I still feel like it's out there. I still feel like it's out there. I mean, Bakari should be in prison. That might be the way he gets out. He ain't going to jail. That implies cops. And we got nothing.
He did get pulled over last.
And that went nowhere. Also, I love his memories of the good times he had. He was sitting in front of the stolen car that he took his girlfriend to prom in. I was like, hilarious. Papa's mom could find Bakari's journal and read it. Yeah, but I don't think she gives a fuck about Ronnie. But to your point, though, how does she not know that Bakari works for the people who killed her husband? And like she still treat him like some kind of stepson. Like you would be out of my house. Like you ain't gonna be looking at my face and your people killed my husband. Also, Papa doesn't make it to me. Papa doesn't make any sense. He dropped Kenya in some type of misdirected like honor to his father, but he's left his mom to take care of the church because he's following in behind Kenya's dad and has no problem kissing his ass and working for him. Even though his dad specifically said he's a piece of shit.
Bars. Yeah.
What is happening? What is happening?
There's that. And I'm going to repeat the same thing I said last week, which is this whole Jemma and Jake thing does not make any sense because Jemma needed the money to get an apartment. What did she do with the money if she's living with Jake?
That doesn't, and then the way Marcus said, he was like, "Where is Jake?" Like they live together. But to your point, she's supposed to be living on her own. There's no fucking way 30 Stacks is paying for all this. Like she has one artist. She has one artist and a girlfriend / trying to be an artist, and now she balling out with a private chef. Like, where's the money coming from?
No, Brittany. That's Brittany. Brittany gave her that money.
That just there's no way
she just lied to her father and said that, oh, I'm doing what, you see what I'm saying? No, that money, she ain't making no money. She ain't making no money. It's all the stuff that Brittany gave. But that's what pissed me off though, with her and Brittany. Brittany clearly was the one that's always like, yo, like basically putting all the moves on Jemma. And then all of a sudden Jemma was like trying to toss it back her way. And her reaction was like, no, I'm trying to keep it, bitch. Like, come on, trying to keep it professional. What the hell you gave this girl how much money, and then you try to and now all of a sudden, no, I'm all about my craft. I'm trying to keep it perfect, nigga. What?
Yo, wait, hey Chris.
I think that was after. I think that was because it was after her meeting her father and her father being like, saying the dumbest thing that I thought was, "Oh, are you going to make my daughter a lot of money?" No, your daughter's supposed to make me a lot of money.
I'm the artist. I'm like she's the fake ass producer, and her trying to toss it back, as you said, that looks so fucking ridiculous.
And they played music, and it was just music. There was no.
Like, what are you dancing to?
I'm like, there's no vocals. I'm like,
what is happening now? Like, what? And then you totally. So somehow Jemma totally forgot about the bitch sitting on Brittany's lap last episode that she was making out with. Like, this is not even part of, like, who was she? What is going on here?
No, I'm not surprised she ignored that. I think it was just more she was really upset about the whole situation with her and Jake. And now she says F it. Like, she's just, you know what I mean?
It's trifling.
She's trifling. Let's not forget how she even got here in the first place. Like, with the whole thing with Kevin. And then now, you know what I mean?
Trifling.
So yeah, man.
I mean, again, so Jake, if it wasn't the fact that he's barely 18 and I don't even know how old stepmom is, and all she did was look at him, like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I truly, after what happened with Jake and Tatiana, I did expect somehow again that somehow Jemma was gonna end up like in the crotch of somebody, like Brittany or somebody, like just to kind of turn this thing around. And I was like, and then that kind of didn't happen. So like, what is Jemma going to do when she finds out? But to your point, Jamani, Jake was being real with her, be like, this ain't forever. Like, we barely are now. And I'm like, so her fake ass tears and all that stuff, I'm like, you doing too much right now. Like, I'm not sure what we're trying to achieve with this relationship. But
he's clearly said, yeah, there's boundaries. Like, I'm like, he said, I want to live alone. I want to, all of that stuff. He's like straight. She asked him the question. He's like, yeah, we fucked. Like, it's not.
I
There's no ambiguity. He's not lying. There's no ambiguity. It's like she can't be mad at him for being honest.
You're right though. I love the honesty. I like what you gonna do. You can like not fuck with me, I guess, but I still got. So again, is Tatiana trying to fuck members? Like, what is she trying to achieve? She's like, hey, you gonna be at church next week? Is this how we recruit at this church? Like, what is happening? Is she gonna end up pregnant? Like, what is happening?
I don't know.
They were making eyes at each other from when he was in the pew. So I'm like, it's like they had a love connection or love at first sight or something.
He saw her looking good. To your point, when they met, she was like, I like your braids. But I'm like, he can't be the first teenager she fucked. Like this.
No. And that was the dumbest reply. He said, I grew them myself.
How else are you supposed to get them? It's hair.
No, I understood what I said. No, because no joke, dudes nowadays, they get extensions now. They get extensions.
I don't even.
This world's different now. That dudes are starting to get this now.
I'm just saying that to Jemani, it sounded stupid. It did sound stupid. I don't know what we're trying to put some respect on the FUBU line. Fuck the FUBU. How is he making all these clothes? But no, seriously though, this is similar to Maisha's like photo shoot when she was like a fake ass hip hop star model, and then like no one kind of knew about that. And I'm like, and again, if he's at the photo shoot level on the internet level, again, Daddy would know, Papa would know, like, and be like, what is Kenya doing up here with her titties out? Like,
they don't care about each other that much. Nobody listens to Papa's podcast, and Papa ain't checking for Jake's feed on social media.
Saw them together, like, well, that goes to Jim. That really goes. Well, yeah, Jemma and Brittany, like, Maisha saw them on social media, and that never turned out to be a thing. I'm like, what is happening? Can we talk about the unrealistic, how unrealistic these children's lifestyles are? Yeah, in the economy, they're living lavishly, running businesses, private chefs. No, you ain't lying. Yeah. Like this makes no kind of fucking sense. Like the FUBU line don't make any sense. Jemma just living her best life.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe there were kids of like some Beverly Hills type.
Some Beverly Hills.
Like maybe that I would believe it. I would believe that.
But you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Like I was like, what is happening? And the only one still living like shit is Papa, because he's Papa. He's still living out with his mama. You know what I'm saying? Just hanging out in church. Like everybody else balling out.
Which is ironic because Papa out of everybody deserves a win. You know what I mean?
Right. He ain't gonna get shit.
He got one friend that decided to go all the way to LA to live his best life playing video games or whatever. You know what I mean? Another one was taking pictures. Like, come on. You know?
See, that should have been dialogue in this episode. Yo, Papa, where's Maisha? Oh, she out there seeing Kevin. So when she comes back and she and Kevin broke up, now she can get back with Papa. Like we ain't seeing Kevin again. So like we could do this off camera, and then that would lay the groundwork for Papa to come up with Maisha. Like
I don't think they're going to try that. Even though there was a moment with Maisha, I think, no joke, I think somehow they're going to try to bring Papa back to Kenya. Even though Kenya got her own thing with it, I think I don't know. I feel like Papa's going to be saving Kenya's life against home, like the dude who works for Duda or whatever, and then Zay or whatever, and then like and then punch him out, or I don't know, do something thuggish or some shit like that.
Maybe, but let's talk. I mean, again, Kenya was supposed to be something, and how do you get with a man who says, "Is it true what they say about church girls?" And she's like, what? And he's like, yo, do you know I have a child? And he's like, why do I care? Oh, you don't care? She's baffled that a man don't give a fuck about your kid because he's just trying to get the draws. Like this means nothing. Like she just learned this, and now she's sitting in the car smoking. I truly thought she was gonna be sucking his dick. I truly thought, like when he leaned back, I was like, she's about to get a mouthful of steak.
But I'm gonna say this: I understand why she did ask that question about the whole. I mean, just say the whole thing about the kid thing, because I have dealt with, like in my past, I've dealt with like women like straight up without like pleasantries. Start off by saying, by the way, I have a daughter. Like I'm like, okay. I was like, you know what I mean? But it's a thing because I think, no joke, they probably a lot of times they run into dudes who literally they'll have a good time, and all of a sudden they find out they have a kid, and they just all of a sudden run away. So she's like, you know what, F all that. By the way, I have a kid. Like, you know what I mean? So
I guess my problem, the kind of thug he clearly is, he ain't the one to be trying to settle down with anybody. So to your point, Chris, you were probably in a situation with a mature woman who's like, look, I'm looking for a husband. I'm looking for some commitment. And if you ain't ready for that, we need to squash this right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when you with that dude is just trying to hit it and move on, kids don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, even with Papa, I'm like, Papa, she ain't trying to put a ring on your finger. She's just trying to hang out with you when you're actually 18 years old. Like, I don't know what big, maybe Jake didn't post the photos yet. His line is hot right now or whatever. Like the photographer would have had the photos out. It just looked ridiculous. Again, the photo shoot looked ridiculous. The fact that he took his own private selfie looked ridiculous. And then that didn't go anywhere. So I was like, I thought that was going to be the next episode. I thought, especially with Papa back, they should have shown how Jemma got that apartment. So again, that was, I mean, that's okay with that being off camera.
That wasn't Brittany?
What's up?
Brittany, I thought Brittany got her that.
She did.
Yeah.
She was like, I need money. So I'm like, I don't need to see her sign the lease. I mean, that's not, I mean, as much as I'm into details, I mean, whatever. Like, I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm saying, but also if Brittany is getting stacks from Zay to spy on Bakari for Duda, and that hasn't happened yet. So I'm like, all the money is coming from Zay. And so I'm like, okay, what is Zay's?
Brittany's going to be the one that exposes. Brittany's going to get that journal. Brittany's going to get that journal. There you go. That's what's going to happen.
We'll see, Chris. Like if they actually, that's a good story. That's a good storyline if they had sense. Like
no, he said it. He said, "I don't think I can trust her." That's how he started off his journal entry. Was we've been separated, but I don't think I could trust her because I haven't seen her in a while.
This would be a great storyline if she made any effort to hang out with Jake and be like, hey, how's it going? And we knew why Duda cared so much. Neither one of these things is happening. You know what I'm saying? But like, I want to see if this whole spying on my brother thing actually goes somewhere. Kenya could have introduced Tatiana to Jake. Okay.
What you mean? What do you mean by that? Kenya could have introduced Tatiana.
Like I don't like they're all a thing or something. Like I guess it'd be like, this is my stepmama or something. I mean, I don't.
Oh well, she ain't introducing no one to Tatiana. Like she clearly
they ain't vibing or whatever. Like this is not a good relationship. She straight walked off. So she has to be the stepmom. She has to be the stepmom. Yeah. And he did remind me of Pastor Dollar. I'm sure that's what they were going for.
Bro, why they go for that mural? Why that mural of Jesus look like J. Cole?
Yo, with the chain, with the big chain and everything.
He literally, Jesus was wearing a Jesus piece.
Yo. Yo.
Bro,
just go watch Good Time, the animated series. You will be better off. Damn it. Jake, say pray on it. That shit was, he was balling. I mean, all trifling stuff aside, Jake had all kinds of swag this episode. It just shouldn't have been with the mama. Like that's like if he would have did that to Kenya, I guess it would have been okay. But like I mean, I was just hurt. Really. I actually thought Marcus was gonna, since he's like, it's okay, baby, if you kissed a girl and you liked it. I thought Marcus was gonna be like, hey, you know, I sucked the dick. I mean, it don't mean nothing. I mean, I was just experimenting. I mean, it's whatever, baby. Sometimes you gotta find yourself. And I was like, I didn't. It's the shy. You don't know what's gonna happen. But that's what I thought. Anyway,
that men group would be something totally different then.
What's up?
I said if he said that, then that men's group would turn into something totally different.
Oh, speaking of that, he still doesn't know that Shad fucked this girl. We still haven't got to that. And I'm like, is that ever gonna come up and be something? I don't know. I don't know. Also, again, the Emitt. Oh, I wrote this down because this really upset me. So back to Emitt and the fact he don't look after his kids. Anyway, like I said, all the kids weren't there. Let's just get that out the way. But this new brother doesn't make sense. Season 2, episode 2, Darnell had 5 kids and 3 baby mamas. All right, he had 2 daughters and 3, and he had 3 daughters and 3 sons. The oldest daughter was like 10, maybe. None of those kids were old enough to be Emmett's like equal sibling. None of them. Like, these are all the kids he had after Jada. Where are those kids? Like, any of those kids could have got brought back now, and that would have made sense. But who is this random
this person is being brought in because he's the same, around the same age as you, so he's being put into the Beverly Hills 90210 of, you can be the new cast member that is, people can hook up with. That's all it is.
Oh, who's available at his age? Like,
no joke, Damien. I think they're gonna try and make Damien the new Kevin. I said it.
You think so?
I think because you saw how innocent he was or whatever, and I was like,
okay,
I've seen this before. I feel like they're trying to fulfill that role now.
All right, okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know what will come of it. Yeah, but that's
if they go that route. But again, we had the same conversation that we did in season 2, episode 2. Emitt looking at Darnell like, why are you a better dad to him than you are to me? Same conversation, like, well, I thought it was just me and you, Dad. Now you got this other son, and I'm like, we already went through this. Jake and the First Lady storyline is one of the many examples of Lena Waithe is a porn lover and writing for her fantasies on the show. She's very lesbian, so I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I would say this is her showing how straight people ain't shit. Like she most of her straight characters are terrible. The lesbians got themselves together. Like I mean, for the most part, I would say the gay and lesbian characters are actually much more responsible, better parents. I think the straight characters are being put in these shitty roles to me. If you look at it, because Nina and Dre are far better parents. They're only people 2-parent household. The only 2-parent household in this whole damn series that you actually saw 2 parents on a regular basis. That you saw
not anymore.
Well, technically, that's because the kids are gone. But I mean, and like you said, but Dre's doing Power Book 4. Mr. Jackson could read Bakari's journal and figure out that the pastor Stanley death with Ronnie dealt with Ronnie. That could be true. I mean, they could try to go that route. She was not butt naked, David. She was modeling her. If my daughter at any age had her breasts out as such and looking like that, especially as a pastor, and I'm trying to get my image together, I would be concerned. And if pop up, my ex-girlfriend that I kind of care about, is doing this with my supposedly one of my best friends, I'd be concerned. But I hear your point.
He's not that type of pastor, though. Look at what type of woman he got as a wife. I'm sorry. I guarantee you he even knows his wife is like this. I guarantee you. I'm just saying. Do you really think that he would really care if his daughter was just in like a little bra and some, you know what I mean?
I hear you. So if only
I'm talking about this pastor. I'm not just saying a normal pastor. I'm just saying this.
No, I hear you. When they showed the car at night, and this young lady got into the car. To your point, I thought that was Ezekiel and somehow Tatiana, and he was gonna be like, hey, how did Jake taste? Like to your point, like they know, and like I really did. And when it turned out to be Kenya and Zay, I was kind of thrown off. But I really thought, to your point. So if we find out that they're into that sort of thing, as long as they're 18, I guess, then we. I mean, but that at least should be addressed. Like at some point, Kenya should confront Tatiana about this. At some point, like it should. That's all I'm saying. And see how that works out. Also, again, how is it that Emitt is just too busy to go, hey, Alicia, Duda wants you dead. I haven't had a chance to pick up the phone to text you or nothing, but he wants you murdered, and you might want to get some security. Click. But no. Also, hey, you know that Alicia is always talking about Q's murder as making no effort to mention Sonny, her other brother, apparently, who's still alive. Like he's alive.
Why shouldn't she get revenge on Emitt? Like, I mean, where's her revenge? 2 people need to go, dude.
I mean, Emitt did steal the business.
Hold on. It's just coming full circle. Remember, she asked, like, Emitt said, I need money, and then she said, how much you need? She should have been like, bitch, you got money. You got it from my brother. You got that money, the money you took from him. Like, her asking him more money, like, all Emmett's doing is like, yeah, I'm getting the entire sibling line now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah.
I mean, it's just interesting. Everything's about Q and make no reference of Sonny. Therefore, her other brother, because Q and Sonny were brothers. You know what I'm saying? And there was no mention of sister then. There's no mention of Sonny now. So it's like, what happened to this man? I do not know. If she was, I must have missed that scene, which is possible because this show doesn't keep my attention for the whole episode.
If she was what is Jackie saying?
I don't know. I'm saying like I need context to. Oh, if she was naked, connected. If she was naked, she was scantily clad. I'm sorry. I'm just saying for her to be like, "Hey, here you go," and then she's embarrassed by it. It just seemed off for the character. If Jemma would have did it, I wouldn't even bat an eye at this point. Her hair is changing every fucking episode, like a lot. Like it's like I don't know why nobody's like acknowledging that. But it just seems to be a thing for me. Why and how does Duda have so much power? His operation seems real chicken scratch. He's not pushing bricks or running numbers or nothing. What does he do? So at one point, he did gun running. At one point, he did stolen cars. It's implied that he does drugs. And like, but you're right. Like his business is more laid out than Alicia's business. I have no fucking clue what she does for money or who works for her, but somehow she's some type of queen pin. I haven't seen any of this. I do not know. I don't know. Everybody wants to get in the weed game though. That's definite. Everybody wants a part of the weed game. So I don't because Duda was trying to get into Rob's and Tiffany's weed game. I do believe.
Yeah.
No, because he was who was selling weed to Rob before they started growing it themselves. Because he said when Q died, he said, "Yeah, now you can get it from me for a cheaper price."
That's right. So he was the plug until they found a cheaper and better, and then they can make their own stuff. I thought the pastor's wife was the same girl on the dating site page he was on a few episodes ago.
What dating site?
Yeah, who's on a dating site?
Jake.
Oh, he was?
He wasn't? When? Who's on a dating site?
I don't remember that myself.
What was the first half of the season? Oh man, I forgot about that.
That must have been a long ass time ago. But I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
Lucille from BMF was sitting beside Tatiana in the mega church. Really?
Like, is she joking or like for real?
I don't.
Like the actress.
I think the way he said, I think he's serious. I think the actress. I think he means the actress was there. It's possible. Huh. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
She asked Jake to spend money on her. That was strange. That was strange. Like, shouldn't it be the other way around? Because he's like, I thought he'd be more like the kept penis. Like, what she's sucking a teenager's dick for money? Like this, what is happening?
I think she was just asking questions to test out his character because he said, you gotta spend some money on? He was like, no. And she was like,
I like that. I was like, this. I mean, she is too much. Like she is straight out of a porno. Like she that is not a real character. Alicia Jake, Fubu Line has investors. One drug dealer's assistant. Yes. But again, where are legitimate investors going to come through? You know what? Kevin should be an investor. That's what I want to see. I mean, off camera.
Oh yeah.
But he's like, Kevin's making so much money in the gaming business that he's going to front me a few dollars to help me get my line off the ground. Again, what happened to Jake being a basketball player? That's just unnecessary. Didn't make any kind of sense. But I don't know.
Did he hurt his knee or something like that?
No, he didn't make it to practice. Like he missed the practice, or because when he got roughed up by the cops or some shit, and they just let that go. But no, he wasn't no serious injury. He just for some reason stopped playing. Who's the worst writer, Lena Waithe or Tyler Perry? Lena Waithe. I still say Lena. I still say, damn it. You know what, DeMarcus? Let me get back to you. I want to say therefore Tyler Perry because his dialogue is so fucking repetitive that you want to jump out the window. Like Lena Waithe's stuff is not repetitive. It's just silly. So I'm gonna say Tyler Perry on that. I'm sorry. Victor's girlfriend is also pretty stable. Yeah, and also trans. So yeah, something. Also fair. And his first girlfriend was, for example, Kenya has the storyline that Jemma is supposed to have. I think they're both trifling characters at this point. So I don't know. With that, why does Duda care enough about Bakari? He needs some. I don't know. We said like his thing about young boys is weird. He's looking for some type of heir. You know, like I get that, but he went from Jake to Bakari. Like, if he wants these young boys to be legitimate, pick a legitimate boy. Like,
no, he wants wayward ones. Because Jake, he wants wayward ones. Because remember, he picked Jake right when he got rid of Reggie, and he had him, and Victor had to basically get him away from Duda. So Bakari is a matter of, all right, so now I got him away from Papa's dad. So now I hope he'll come back to me because I've gotten rid of his positive father figure.
Yeah, you're right. He is consistent about this. But I need a young son to take care of. I don't know. What about Zay? I mean, he could. I thought Emitt was the next one. I think he was trying to groom Emitt, and then Emitt was like, nah, like you're doing too much, and he was doing too much for Emitt. I was like, are you? I was concerned. I mean, if it was any other character, I thought he'd be like, I need them draws.
I think because they were there. I think because he was pretty much there with what's the first one? What's the first homie before Emitt and Kevin?
Reggie.
No, not Reggie. The dude who got fired. Easy E.
Oh shit.
You know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
The guy,
anyway. Yeah. But it was like, but with him, it was like one of those things where.
Reg?
No, Reggie's Jake's brother.
I don't know then.
The guy who had the food truck.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon, the Brandon character. Brandon.
Yeah, what do you think I was talking about, man?
How the fuck you talking about? I mean, hey, did you know what? Yo, check it out. Any of you, go read the episode descriptions for any episode, seasons 1 and 2. Every one of them began with the word Brandon. Every description was Brandon was doing this, Brandon was doing that, Brandon was doing this, Brandon was doing that. Because I was looking for the episode with Emitt and his dad and the kids, and I'm like, the whole series was Brandon. Like, Kevin was secondary. I was like, and then they didn't know what to do with the show. Once he got fired, they didn't know what the fuck to do with this show. And they were like, lesbians. I got an idea. Let's do Nina and Dre. I was like, whoa. Y'all went a whole different direction. I was like, a lot of characters with this shit. It wasn't just Nina and Dre. I'm saying, but the whole, anyway. Emitt became too much. I'm just trying to say that this show is stupid. Very stupid. Yes, I would have to agree with you. But we trying to stay positive. It's just very hard to do that. Jake wasn't on a dating site. He was just looking at girls on IG last episode. Oh, now we're going back and forth about how you're trying to find internet hoes. All right. Well, okay. Well, then, it's social media. I mean, either way. Why does Bakari distrust his sister? Because she's shady. But yeah, it wasn't really defined. I don't know. Why is Zay trying to date Kenya? Because she looked good. Again, so look at what Zay is doing. Look what Zay's doing. Zay invests into Jake's business. Why? Then he tries to get with Kenya, who's a model for Jake's business. Why? Are these things connected? Or are they just random ass acts out of Zay? How does this help him get Duda out the way so he can be boss? What is happening with Zay? Like, why? What is he doing and why is he doing it? Is any of this stuff connected? Or it's just random shit? I don't. Also, I gotta agree with Zay. The fact that Kenya was like, I don't smoke weed, and then she just took it to the head like that. I was like, oh, she's about to suck a dick. Like, I was like, that's all I was thinking. That's all I was thinking. But that didn't happen. Anyway, off a weird side note. Hi, Sharice. How you doing? Hope you watching this video. We'll talk about it next time I see you. Yeah. All right.
Hey, Sharice, seen you the other day.
Go ahead, Chris. See what we got. In season 2, episode 4, Darnell said he had 3 other children before. Yeah, and someone mentioned this before Emitt. So the new son is probably one of those 3. You are stretching. I mean, I appreciate you trying to connect this together. I do appreciate that. But again, we saw the 5 kids, and then those didn't come back. But you're right, though.
Those were young kids. But if what they just said was correct about him having 3 kids before Emitt, that means because you saw the 5 kids, but you saw 5 kids. You didn't see anyone older than Emitt. So that means you already know that this dude at least has about 8, 9 kids running around. Unless they're the kids he was driving around in P Valley with when he was beating off in the car in P Valley season 2, episode 1. I was like, they were in the hotel room while he was beating off, for the record.
But I'm like, but like this is too much. Also, but again, the story was him and Jada were high school sweethearts, and that's when he got her when he got her pregnant was in high school. So I'm like, where are these? And you have no mention of these 3 other baby mamas that he had before that. Like, because I remember when they went to the high school reunion. I think that was season 2. Everything's season 2. I want to say that was season 2, but they're high school sweethearts. They're supposed to be high school sweethearts. So I'm like, what is
that? Don't mean nothing. What are you kidding me for right now? Like
if he was fucking that many women, Jada just makes bad decisions. Like a lot of women on this show, but that's
absolutely. Yeah. That's why, like, as much as I like Jada on the show, or at least I did. You know what I mean? No, she made a horrible decision being with Darnell. You know what I mean? But no, Darnell. I mean, they could have been the only one. It was just him and Jada that was in the relationship. But he out by the bleachers, fucking a bunch of girls and cheerleaders and shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just weird that we never. And then Jada's totally okay with it. Well, Emitt, you ain't shit, so you expect your daddy to be shit? I'm like, what kind of, didn't Sonny also leave? He went to Force. I mean, I don't know about left, but he was in Force. He's
but like that wasn't trust. He was like barely in it.
He was in like 2 episodes.
That wouldn't have stopped Jackie. That wouldn't have stopped him being on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reason was that. I don't know if it's like health reasons or.
Yeah, but he was. But to your point, he was Tommy's brother's dad. He was, but again, not even mention. We're just saying mentioning. Like Alicia don't even acknowledge that she has another brother, which is annoying.
No. Well, I'll put it to you this way: we saw in this episode what Emitt did. Maybe they're just half brothers. Like maybe that was Q's brother, but that's not Alicia's brother.
And that's very possible, Jemani. That's very possible. But again, you at least mention, especially when the man is still alive. Or Emitt could mention it. Hey, I'm sorry for what I did to your brother. Something but he's not even acknowledged by anybody. Off topic, but one of the descriptions for the upcoming episode says that Nuck is the real father of Keisha's son. Now that's very on topic.
No, I'm about to say, how's that off topic?
How are they gonna find that out? They DNA test the kid and him? Like how does that come up?
I don't think we're gonna see that kid again. I mean, I don't know. And then I'm like, I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking that where's your what's up, Chris?
That would explain why Zay is probably getting so close. Maybe he because Zay and Nuck's been kind of like in the last episode or so, they've been like kind of butting heads here and there. You know, I mean, Zay's going too far as far as like trying to grab him with the whole Bakari thing. Remember? Nuck was like trying to tell him to chill out when it comes to Bakari.
Yeah,
I can see how like Zay be like, "Yo, I'm with your old bitch," like what I mean, or something. Something,
That would be something. I mean, to a fact that Alonzo randomly robs dad. I mean, that would be something. I mean, but then that would put Papa in the crosshairs with Nut too. I mean, when they were like together.
No, they just going to have you try to forget about the whole Papa thing, and it's just going to just be Nut and Zay.
You're right. I mean, maybe Kenny is gonna be walking around with bitch spread across or running across her jeans. I was like, anyway. What is the show doing with Maisha? I wish they'd give her something to do. Again, she went from aspiring college student trying to get out the hood for her family to hip hop artist star to now aspiring struggling hip hop artist star. And then maybe she's gonna be Papa's new lady again. I just don't want to see her in the studio anymore. Like I'm tired of her rapping. I'm tired of Britney rapping. All rapping. Just stop it all. Like
they did this episode. All you heard was music.
I felt like I was going to actually put Kingdom Business as the thumbnail because I felt like I was watching Kingdom Business with all the church and music going on. But I was
and a bunch of fathers, and it was a bunch of fathers. Maybe 3 weeks early for Father's Day, but still,
but that's a shot, baby. You always got to try to find a single daddy ain't taking care of his kids. The Preacher's Hope. I like that. I can't wait to see the showdown between Leon and Duda.
Leon ain't gonna last very long. I'm gonna be real
No.
with you.
No,
No.
if that actually happens, I don't see that.
I'm about to say Leon's doing a lot of interviews lately, doing not for the shop, but like he got other projects lined up or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't see him staying. You know.
And I want to know, is Zay there at the church? Because remember, Duda was saying, "Yo, I need to launder this money through the church. If he can't get it going through Papa's father's church, then he went over to that other church, and that's why Zay is there because he's filling up that collection plate,
and that's why he's trying to fuck the daughter. Like that. That would be a great storyline if they were actually trying to be a good show. Like if they could tie all that together, and then with the FBI getting involved, they're following the money. So then
and then Papa's gonna find out if he's the assistant pastor that, oh, y'all doing something shady, something funny with the books.
That's true. That's true. So maybe that's what they're going to try to do with his character now joining the church. That's a great point. Who's going to run Sonny? Because Emmett doesn't. So who's going to run Sonny now that Papa left?
Oh, because it's going to be his brother. It's going to be the brother.
That's right. The new Brandon. He's good with money. He's good with money, right? That's what Darnell said. You're absolutely right. So he's going to be the new face of Sonny's. Lovely. And then Papa's pulpit is going to get a new cash influx as he's the new face of the youth ministry, while his ex-girlfriend is smoking weed in the car with Zay, and the first lady is sucking off Jake. So we got a lot of things going on. So Pastor Dollar, he needs to get with who's single? Tierra. I want to see him get. Maybe Tierra give up the draws.
That reminds. Okay, maybe. I mean, no. I mean, that reminds me.
She's selling down. She is selling down to be the helpful stepmama that she's not. But she's definitely trying to. She's definitely filling that role.
If he loses his mayorship, she is gone like the wind.
But again, Jemma, to your point, they've made no acknowledgement of that. We know that because we pay attention to the show for some reason that he's the acting mayor, but none of this has been discussed. The only person with a political career that people care about right now is Victor. But you see, Marcus does nothing but to show up to be a daddy every once in a while. But he don't take no political meetings. He ain't talking about fundraising, like none of that shit. So I really don't know. I mean, Tierra's purpose besides to be sexy, and be I guess some kind of mama to Tierra. Excuse me, Jemma. I think the show has too many characters. They just come and go.
That's the problem. That's KK. That's so true, man. That's they added too many characters when in the past it was just the kids. And then like Ronnie and Brandon, and then you know what I mean. Well, I guess they had a lot of cast then too. But the thing is, but there's all these side characters that keep adding that we really don't give a damn. Like to your point about Maisha, right? About where is Maisha? I'm sorry, I could have not had to deal with the whole thing with Zay in Kenya if it meant having more Maisha, like a more relevant thing with Maisha, for example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no. Yeah. Give us Zay. Huh?
Like the family dinner meant nothing. Like I don't care.
I will say one side character that wound up blossoming into like an actual good main character is Bakari. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say Bakari is kind of an exception.
Yeah.
Who was like this really, really side character. He's not doing good, but I don't even think they're even doing a great job with Shad. They're not doing a good job with him, in my opinion. No. You know what I mean? They're just not.
His homosexual storyline is getting on my nerve. Everybody's getting hired for jobs they're not qualified for. Like this doesn't make any sense. Emitt got hired to kill Alicia, not qualified. Shad is getting hired to be a security guard, not qualified. Like why are we keep on doing this? Like, and then
I thought you was going to mention Keisha getting hired to be a teacher when she dropped out of college.
They just totally forgot she has a job. Like I was asking about that. When is the last time she been to work? Like, I don't know any of these main characters that go to work.
Well, remember, Keisha got fired for being late.
I thought, yeah, right. I was like, DeMarcus, no. I thought because she was talking shit to one of the teachers or something, but I was like, I can't remember. Why don't we don't need to see Jake in these sex scenes anymore? True. What is Jemma's dad going to say if he finds out that Bakari's sister gave Jemma the money and got it from Duda?
Nothing.
Nothing. I mean, it's like, I mean, so it don't. He just happy that his daughter's being happy and exploring herself or some shit. I don't know. They need to focus on the storyline with Jake, Zay, Papa, Jemma. Everything else is kind of pointless.
No, Jay, and I don't give a damn about Jemma. Sorry.
I can't. There's nothing.
I disagree with you.
Yeah, I can't see anything relevant about Jemma. I mean, this whole like P Diddy performance she's doing is unrealistic and just unnecessary. But then
you gotta use another mogul, because when you say doing this whole P Diddy thing, that means something totally different now.
Now I'm saying
getting with the artist. I'm just saying.
Oh, there you go. Hey, his dad was like, "Don't shit where you eat," and by that I mean don't eat her. I was like, so to be
don't be chasing her down. Don't be. She trying to go for the elevator. Let her go. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the hell?
We need a good elevator ass whooping. I don't know who would do that, but I need somebody with somebody's ass.
Solange would do a great elevator ass whooping.
Yeah. Bring her on just for that. I'm just saying.
Get Solange to do some kicking.
Tommy to Alicia's madam, in the sense that he's her security, lover, handyman, and whatever else is. Oh, I get it, Tommy. That's Tommy. I got you. That just don't make any sense. Like, he's not the guy that a woman builds up. Like Victor looks like that dude. Shad is not that dude. So that some woman is so desperate that she's like, I'm gonna take this ex-con and turn him into the man I always wanted. That's not him. That's not like Victor's that dude. I mean, Jake looks better. I mean, that's not the character. That is, I just can't believe that Alicia's that hard up that Shad is the best dick she can find. And
no, that doesn't make sense. I think it's an act, though. It's an act. It's just an act, just so she can get him to do the unthinkable. That's it. I don't think. No, she's not really trying to build him up necessarily. You know what I mean? I think, matter of fact, I would say she probably just using him even in bed. She's like, yo, not only am I getting dick or whatever, I'm gonna build up his confidence. I'm gonna build him up so I can get him to do literally anything that I want. Anything.
Yeah, so Alicia's
Shad. She ain't legit. She don't legit like. Let's be real. She don't legit like Shad. I'm gonna say that for the record. She don't.
Well, I'm saying, I mean, the only real killer in this show is Bakari. Like, and Nuck. I mean, Nuck is all kinds of crazy. But I'm saying at this point, Victor. Nah, but he's like the Avenger now. He's on some ghost shit. Like, he only dresses up when he has to seek vengeance. And his only real target is Duda. But now he's gonna be snitching. Now they want us to believe that he's gonna testify. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not. One, he don't believe in law enforcement. I mean, so that don't make any kind of sense. So Alonzo's storyline that he's willing to cooperate with the police, and he wants his son to say, "Yeah, I tried to kill Duda." What do you want me to testify to, Dad? That I tried to kill this dude? No, that's what I'm not doing. Like, so I'm like, I'm not sure how that helps. So
no, he was asking him, "How do you know that Duda killed you?"
Mama said. So I'm like, I don't know. Bring Alicia, and Nuck is too busy doing Tubi movies. Like, oh shit.
That means is this? What does that mean?
I think I don't know. Like side jobs. I mean, Tubi is not a career. Like, you don't leave the Shy for Tubi. Sure. You don't say like the Shy is going the distance for some reason. But anyway, come on. Let's wrap this shit up. Jemani, anything else for any of this?
I don't know where this is going. This is like, I don't like, dude is not even in the episode. I don't know. Like, obviously Emmett's not going to do it. Shad is not going to do it. These are like, I don't know. I could see Shad being like the getaway driver a hell of a lot better than Rob was, but neither of them being a trigger man. It would be more interesting if Alicia was trying to get at Bakari or something like that, because he would actually be capable of doing it.
Yeah, as I said, yeah.
Or wasn't she trying to get at Zay or something like that before?
She was trying to seduce him in a business way. I don't know about in a draws way, but yeah, she was trying to say, don't you really want to be in charge and that kind of stuff. When they were like, stay here while my son tries to go kill Duda. But yeah, she's the one that put it in his head that he could be the boss.
He should have followed up on that before moving on to Shad.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm like, is Shad like leaving her house in the mornings and is playing handyman with Darnell. Yeah, and then coming back in the evenings. Like, how does that work?
And then he was supposed to be staying with Jada and Darnell, and that never turned out to be anything. Like, you don't hear like, oh, I guess he don't need the place to live because he was supposed to be living with them and sleeping on the couch or some shit. And then that just never went anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, where's Rob? Like, how is he like? He's supposed to be there now, or recuperating or what have you. Is he not like? Yeah, how are you just hooking up with my mom's? Like, how?
So I thought about that. I thought about that too. I think what it is. So Alicia goes to her house. She was at her house when she fucked Shad, and then she goes to visit Rob and Tiffany at Rob's house. That's what's happening. You just don't see the transition, but that must be what's happening. Because I was thinking the same thing. Because they all can't be staying together there all the time. Because like, as she told Tiffany, this is my house, but that's because Tiffany and Rob lived there, and Tiffany was like, well, this is our house, and then that's when Rob had to be like, mama's paying the rent or something like that. So I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is with that.
Oh, so yeah, I don't know, and I'm like, this is a hell of an awkward way to just bring in the Emmett's, long lost brother or what have you. It's just real random, like laser tag.
And that conversation again, who are you? I'm your uncle. Oh, hey, Emitt, this is your son. Yeah, I got two others. That's not one of them. Like, that didn't even come up. I thought that would be like, oh yeah, you got two more nephews to meet. Didn't even come up. I was like, damn it. But he spent time with EJ for some reason. But
I'm like, he didn't even ask, like, do you have siblings, or
yes.
are you the like he was the only brother that he met? Because it seemed like when all those other people came into the laser tag, I was like, are all of those other people Darnell's?
I thought that too. I thought those girls were too until they were like staring at it. I was like, oh, never mind, that would have been nasty.
Right, because they were like, hey, ladies. I was like, are those other siblings? Because he said you got like 20 kids. And I was like, are these the kids? But you're looking at these women like you about to get the draw. So I was very confused. I was also very confused.
Unless there's a whole Jax Teller thing going on.
No, man. Amy, that was an accident. But I was like, I remember Sons of Anarchy. That was some wild shit. Anything else, Javon?
Like, subscribe, comment.
Thanks, Javon. Until tomorrow. Sir. All right, Chris, come on.
Yeah, I had more positives than the rest of the two here. I would say I did not hate it as much as some of the other stuff that David brought up, but I will say yes, it definitely needs to improve, guys. I can see little glimmers of hope of what they're doing, and what I mean by that is writers remembering again. You know what I mean? Like, you brought up that they forgot like season 1 and 2, but now they're starting to remember that Ronnie was murdered. And that now they're remembering that Darnell got other kids. You know what I mean? Like just stuff that you just remember what you guys wrote. You know what I mean? I mean, just all of that. So yeah. So, but that's such a low bar though. So it's bad if I'm giving them pointers of them remembering stuff that they wrote. But yeah, it is
the shot.
What. So, anyway, but yeah, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you very much, Chris. Boop. All right, he gave us 2 thumbs up. Yes, Kim actually watched that movie, and I thought we were going to review it. But we just haven't got around to it. I haven't got to check it out, but I do want to check it out. I don't know why they got a season 7. Paramount is committed to this property. Like they said, this is the type of diverse content that they want. So they're going the distance with this show. That's not a good thing. Did Victor's trans wife leave him? Amani left, but that's because the actor actually left. And Fatima just wasn't in this episode. I mean, she's still around. They're not married though, but I mean, Fatima, if you're talking about Fatima, she's still around. She's just not in this episode. But anyway, guys, thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I still agree. I still say this episode was a piece of shit overall. But that's hence the thumbnail. But anyway, tomorrow we are doing something new. We're doing something new tomorrow. We're gonna start a Sunday tea series where we will discuss social topics and that kind of thing. Things that are on social media feeds. The P Diddy videos have been doing pretty well. So we're gonna start that and see what happens based on your views and comments. We'll see if we keep it up every week. But we'll do that. And with tomorrow, we'll do interview with the vampire, episode 3. Episode 4. And we'll do that. We've been getting some good reviews and stuff and comments from you guys, so we appreciate that. So you'll see us tomorrow starting at 4 and going into 5 and the 6. So that's how we'll do that. Anyway, like on the video, comment on the video, share the video. Kim's not here. Help us get our subscriber base up, help me get the comments up, views up. And I might do a giveaway. Let's say at 3,000. At 3,000 subscribers, I will do a giveaway and see how that participation goes. But until Sunday, I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit,
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye. Hey Chris, post credit scene. Are you gonna see Deadpool and Wolverine in the theater?
So I already purchased my ticket for that Thursday. I already told Altrina, I was like, hey, look, this day. As a matter of fact, I think I probably have to take the day. I'll probably take the day off. No, it's gonna be an afternoon show. So I already told Altrina, I was like, look, on this day was it July, whatever it is.
26, July 26th. July 26th.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to need, I mean, I'll, like, if something goes on with Ryan, you can still text me, but I got to see this movie, you know what I mean? I sacrificed a lot of movies.
You were leaving your firstborn to see this movie.
No, I mean, I sacrificed, there was a lot of movies I wanted to see, and I just couldn't see. Like, I wanted to see the Planet of the Apes movie, couldn't see it. You know, Civil War, but now Civil War you can watch on TV now. So I was like, great, now I can finally see Civil War. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, Fall Guy. I want to see Fall Guy, even though it was kind of about it, you know. So all this stuff I kind of had to wait until see the stream, but I draw the line on fucking Deadpool. I told her, I was like, and she knew that. So she was like, oh yeah.
So I will match you. Therefore, I'll try to see it Thursday, and we will review it. If Eric doing the week on Saturday, we'll do it. Can you do it Friday? You think you can be ready by Friday?
Yeah, I can do Friday. Yeah, I can probably.
Right. So let's say Friday evening. We will do Deadpool. Sound good?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, guys. That's our post credit video. So we're really gonna hang up now. See y'all.